Kevin Millar from the Major League Baseball Network joining us on the program. You can watch Kevin and Chris Rose co-hosting Intentional Talk weekdays at 5, MLB Network, live opening day coverage all day long. Kev joins us now. How many teams can win the World Series?
12. 12 teams, Danny. Parity in baseball is awesome. You can fall for the Padres. You can fall for the Mariners. You can fall for the Pirates. There's just a lot of clubs you can pick. And the Centrals, both Centrals in the American League and National League, you can't tell me who's going to win that division. I mean, you can say Detroit, and you can say the Cardinals, great, but there could be 4 other teams also. The White Sox could be good. The Reds could be good. They could have 6 guys in their lineup to hit 20 home runs. I mean, you don't know. So flip your coin.
The favorite is who?
The favorite, I think, is the Mariners. I think they're the most complete club. Nationals on paper, probably more complete than the Mariners, but you can argue. But I'm talking about bullpen, starting pitching, and the additions of Nelly Cruz. The kid Kyle Seager's a player. We just don't know how good of a player he is, but he's got $100 million to prove it. I think Cano's much better, but I think they're the most complete club. The Mariners, tough park to hit in. But as far as pitching, they're going to win a lot of games.
Best off-season acquisition?
I think the Chicago White Sox. I think they made 5 moves, Duke being your 5th move, but you went out and you got David Robinson, Melky Cabrera, Samardzija, Adam LaRoche. Every move that they made I thought was good and will help their ball club win.
The Dodgers are spending, I think, $42 million this year in salary with players not on the team. I mean, that's pretty amazing luxury. But how high are the stakes, though, because of that payroll that you must win this year?
It's almost like I got to feel with the Dodgers, they're forcing to try to win. You know as well as I know, you got to have good players to win, but chemistry also, in my opinion, is a big factor. The Dodgers don't quite have the chemistry. They win a lot of baseball games, take away the 2 losses that Clayton Kershaw and the Cardinals gave them, but they're just something's not right, and it's still not right. They have an outfield problem still. You have Andre Ethier that gave him $80 million. He's your 4th outfielder. You've pushed a young kid, Jacques Peterson, at center field. You got Crawford, you got Puig. So, to me, they're still just that kind of like, where are they at? They're good. You have Clayton Kershaw. You have Zach Greinke. You're good. But I just still, there's like a dynamic there. They're kind of forcing the scene, and their bullpen-wise, I don't know if they're tight enough yet.
Josh Hamilton, no suspension. It sounded like the Angels were more surprised than anybody because I don't think they wanted to pay him. I don't think they want him on the roster anymore. Is that a fair assessment of this situation?
It's a fair assessment, but I think it's bigger than worrying about Josh Hamilton hitting 25 home runs and driving in 100 and worrying about the money that's owed to him. I think he needs to get his life in check. His 3 daughters and his wife. I think that's the big picture, Dan. When you're dealing with a substance abuse problem, I've never had to deal with something like this. Only he knows what he goes through day in and day out. But it's more serious than worrying about the numbers and the Angels paying a suspension or non-suspension. I think it's good for Josh to get his life corrected. Then we'll worry about the player. Is he the MVP player of 2010-12 with the Rangers when we remember Josh Hamilton running, hitting with power, hitting with average, and fielding? Right now, he's not nearly that player. Kevin
Millar, Major League Baseball Network analyst, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. A-Rod in New York City. Is it going to be tougher for him in New York or on the road?
That's a great question. I think the road's always tougher when you have that kind of a scene. Home fans still love you. If he does well, the Yankee fans still want him to do well because the Yankees are that team you can flip a coin. They're going to finish 15 games under 500 or 15 games over 500. So they have the potential to do both. What's Alex Rodriguez's numbers going to be? Over, under 15, 16, 17 home runs? What would you take, Dan?
Well, I was wondering if you could squeeze out what are good numbers for Alex Rodriguez that we would accept, because we've come to expect a whole lot more than that. So if you say, can I get 15 home runs, can I get 75 RBIs and a guy who hits 268? Would the Yankees say, we'll take that?
Boy, it's where he gets back. I think they would take that. I think they're going to take 275. I think they're going to take 20. I think he still hits 20. It's getting the at-bats. You have Headley at third. If Teixeira's healthy at first, A-Rod gets DH at bats against lefties.
Yeah.
Does he get So I think that's the big thing. Where's he get his at bats? But Headley still has to hit higher than 250. So if Alex Rodriguez, he's still a good player. Let's get something straight. Alex Rodriguez is still Alex Rodriguez. He's not this superstar, but he's still a guy that, he came to spring training, hit 3 home runs, hit over 320. We didn't know what was going to go on there. And I know he's 39 years old, but he's still going to hit some homers.
If you were A-Rod, would you cheat now?
I love your question. You're like Tom Brokaw right now. Would you cheat now? No. You just better hang out, eat just granola bars, go out and get a burger and fries, but don't do anything risky. And just be who you are. And I told him this. I will say this, Dan. We talked before camp started. We talked for 40 minutes. I said, Alex, I'm going to tell you one thing, one piece of advice from this side now. Be normal. Be that 18-year-old kid that we were in the Midwest League in 1994. You were with the Appleton Foxes with the Mariners organization. That smile. You're a baseball player. You're not Giorgio Armani. You don't own all these stuff. Get away. You've made $500 million in baseball. Stop. Just be Alex Rodriguez, the kid, because you got a year left, you got 2 years left, or you got 3 years left. Alex Rodriguez is liked way more than people think he is behind the scenes. He's just perceived as this guy because when you lie to the world, now you're behind the eight ball. But time will heal, Dan. But at least now, don't worry about all the bad breath reporters trying to say all the right things. I don't care if it is the right thing, but make it honest. And so we'll see. Hopefully, he'll put a smile on his face. He served the longest suspension in the history of this game. It cost him $28 million last year. Like him or love him, or don't like him. But he served his time now. Hopefully that's humbled him, and he's a guy now.
Your sneaky World Series pick.
Sneaky World Series pick.
I mean, Seattle, I guess, is sort of sneaky, but they were a very good team last year. Okay, give me somebody else.
I'm gonna go Cincinnati Reds. Sneaky.
Okay.
Why? You're going, whoa. Jay Bruce hits 35 home runs. Votto's back to an MVP type form. Frazier's telling you he could play in the All-Star game and the home run derby last year, so he's good. Brandon Phillips, Mesoraco, Marlon Byrd. They got 6 guys that might hit 20 plus homers. Sneaky pick would be them.
Okay. Can the Padres be the Mariners of the National League?
Yes, now with the additions of Kimbrel, and you have now Upton sitting over there with 40-some-odd million. We don't care. He's going to be your fourth outfielder. It's like an eighth-year scene.
Yeah. Padres, man, that's a overhaul, off-season overhaul. I've not seen that before.
Right. We'll see how it goes. Chemistry-wise, can they play together? Will Mutterbrooks, I like him at third. He's my sneaky sleeper. Numbers-wise, if you're playing fantasy baseball, go ahead and get him, Danny. You probably even know who he is, but, yeah, he's a young kid over there.
You're a knucklehead.
God, I love you. Are you coming to Studio 42? I'm not coming to your studio.
Why?
I'm not coming to your studio.
Why?
Until you come here so I can whoop you up in wiffle ball. You're a basketball player. I get it. I'm going to whoop you in wiffle ball here in Studio 42. You and I, home run derby.
Okay, but I am the Manny Ramirez of wiffle ball, and I will take my fertility drugs before I come over to MLB. All right? I will take
Clomid?
I'm going to take
Clomid?
I will take that before. Is there any drug testing at? No, obviously not at MLB Network, right?
Right. We don't test here. You're okay.
I'm gonna
take what you need. Bring your Red Bull.
I'm gonna. How many Red Bulls have you had this morning?
6.
Yeah,
but listen, we went live at 9 to 10. I mean,
okay.
Rose was half sleeping. Poor thing. He thought we were on the NFL Network. Then he's mad that he's not on your show. He's like, "Tell Dan I said hi. I listen to him every day, and I can't get anything out here." I'm like, "Well, come in here."
Take a deep breath, dude. You got a long day.
Oh, I'm on live again. I got suit and tie now. How do you tie a tie? Do you go over, through, and under, or around?
Just do a clip-on.
God, that's a great point. I did it in prom.
I mean, nobody cares if you're wearing a tie and how you look.
I got lucky in prom. Did you get lucky in prom night?
It wasn't luck, dude.
No, seriously, did you?
It was called skill. I go stag at prom, and then just there are more shorties around there for me. I just walk in and go, hello.
That's before you were damn practice.
Yeah.
You didn't get lucky. You didn't get lucky. You got released out of your high school team. You were keeping score. You're the manager for your basketball team.
You proud of yourself?
I am. I love it. Because who comes on to ask Dan questions? You're asking all the questions. Did you get lucky in prom, Dan? Answer the question.
No.
Yes, no. Okay.
No. I told you, it's not luck. Have fun today, all right?
I will, buddy. You too.
Good to talk to you.
You too.
He's Kevin Millar for the Major League Baseball Network.